We've had the privilege of bringing Etéreo to life for our planner community through style shoots, fam experiences, and bookings that never disappoint. And today we're bringing it directly to you. This is a property that earns its place on every serious planner shortlist for multi-day celebrations. Welcome to Wedaways Getaways, virtual property tours that bring wedding planners and their lovely couples around the world to see the most beautiful destinations and the properties within them. And today we are in Mexico and we are being joined by Alonso Flores, who's the sales executive for Etéreo, an Auberge Collections resort. And he is the sales executive for weddings and social events. And you are just charming. We had a couple of minutes to talk before we started this, and it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Renee. It's really a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much for your time and everything. It really means a lot to us here at Etéreo, and we're really happy just to share a little bit about our property. I think it's a really one of a kind, really unique property, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be staying in the heart of people.
I
Um,
agree. I agree. I've been there many times and I absolutely love it. So, Alonso, if you don't mind, please share your presentation. We're excited to see.
of course, yes. As you know, Etéreo is part of this beautiful brand that it's Auberge Collection. It's an American brand that is just booming right now. We have a really unique experience that we offer in every single property. And today I really want to go deep into Etéreo, that it's the property that made me fall in love with the brand, and it's just stunning. Uh, let's start with the first details here. I think it's really important. Let's start talking about location. So, Etéreo, we are situated at the Riviera Maya, the beautiful Riviera Maya. We are just half an hour to 45 minutes away from the Cancun airport. So it's a really quick drive from there. As you know, Cancun, it's the best connected city in Mexico. We're in this secluded and private complex that it's Kanai. We were the first ones here at this complex, and it just offers this beautiful nature driven experience, these private and intimate spaces. So now I'm gonna be sharing you some pictures about the property. So Etéreo, the purpose of Etéreo and the idea behind Etéreo is to really just honor our nature, our heritage, and our culture and art. Etéreo being a hotel created by Mexicans, and being in Mexico, such a important property that represents what Mexico has to offer in so many levels. So we have this beautiful picture of the hotel. So let me tell you a little bit more of where the hotel is. So the hotel is just floating above this beautiful mangrove. We are a really small hotel. We're 75 rooms only, and this hotel was made for walking, for it to be really private, really this secluded experience in the middle of nature, just overviewing the ocean. This is a beautiful picture that I like to show all the time. Etereo means something eternal, something that never fades. And we are making a reference to this beautiful heritage and culture that we have in Mexico, that it's the Mayan heritage. We say that we are modern Mayans here. And every single thing that you're gonna find around Etereo is gonna have the little, little wink of that culture, of that history and heritage. And you experience it from the beginning. When you arrive with us, you're welcomed by this your guia. We call it a guia, that it translates to guide in English. And your guia, it's your personal concierge. He arrives with you, he presents himself, and you're guided to this beautiful welcome ceremony with our shaman and our cultural ambassadors. And you just go right inside of the room. We like to make this experience so comfortable and really just like so you feel like you're just getting in this bubble that it's Etéreo, and this feeling that we call the Etéreo feeling. So this is another view of the hotel. As I mentioned, this really small property, everything's really walkable. even if the hotel is at 100% occupancy, it always feels so private and so calm and serene. So that's something really important for us. And you have that beautiful view to the ocean, and you have those pools, and everything that you see here was designed by Mexicans, and most of the furniture that you're going to see and the art pieces are going to be by Mexicans, and it just wants you to feel this like Mexican vibe, but in a luxury and discreet way. And I think the rooms are the best way to showcase this. This is just a couple of pictures of the rooms. Every single room has this private terrace just overviewing the ocean. Most of our rooms have this unobstructed ocean view. If not, you have a beautiful view to the mangrove, which is just really phenomenal. And most of the rooms have these private plunge pools as well. We say that our guests sometimes they don't even leave the room because the room is so beautiful by itself. So we're really, really proud of our rooms. They're talking about, we have different type of rooms, different configurations, just depending on what you need. We have from the small studios, which are not small at all, to penthouses, which are these duplexes that we have 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms. So we have a nice variety of rooms that we can offer for every single guest that they're looking for something in a specific. We can provide that, and every single room is gonna keep this design, these art pieces and everything Mexican as well. So yes, you see the amenities also, they are 100% Mexican. We try to give you everything you need so you have this comfortable, just really comfortable and luxury experience. You have the beautiful view to the Caribbean Sea, as you see here. And we also have a beautiful spa. We have this beautiful, intimate spa. Everything it's with reservation, just to ensure that you have this private and this unique experience. The spa, it's this well-designed space just made for relaxation. So you see that the hotel, it just goes around this relaxation and this calm and the nature. So that's something really important for us. And also, I think for me it's the most important thing, food, of course. For us, food, and in Mexico, food, it's such an important representation of our history, of our culture. And we are so happy to work with 100% Mexican chefs, that they bring this beautiful, untouched gastronomy that Mexico has to offer. Of course, we have this contemporary switch to it, and we make some little fun switch depending on the restaurant itself. But the food is going to be farm to table, 100% Mexican. And that brings us to the restaurant. So we have this beautiful main restaurant that it's Itzam. In here you have your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. This is Mexican contemporary cuisine. You see the design is just so well thought. Then we go to Cheche. If you translated the name to English, it translates to raw. In Cheche means raw.
Mm-hmm.
And in here we offer this fusion of Mexican and Asian cuisine, which we offer lunch and dinner. It's just such a fresh product. We use Mexican products and Asian techniques, so you have this beautiful selection of dishes. And we have this casual restaurant, really beautiful. We love it. It's called Changarro. It's just by our beach club. And we have a beautiful bar and a beautiful restaurant, just really nice casual Mexican food, something fresh just to enjoy the beach and the sun. So those are our 3 main restaurants per se. We have a lot of little surprises that we do throughout your stay, throughout the week, just to keep things interesting. So yes, that's a beautiful view to the beach that we have here, our private beach. And then I want to talk about venues. Of course, let's go to the important. Let's talk about venues for our beautiful weddings that we have here. Something that we're really proud of is that we are a property that we really love doing weddings, and we're such a small property that it's so easy to make a full buyout of the property and just have every single space for you, for everything that you wish for and everything that you can imagine. We can really make these beautiful atmospheres with every single space of the hotel. This one that we see here, this is just the welcome area right here. The greeter is just making the sound with the conch when you arrive, before you're introduced to your guia. And this is just a beautiful way to start. And this space right here, we have used this for beautiful ceremonies specifically. We can do beautiful things over here. And this is just a demonstration of how we can really be flexible with all the spaces, and we can use the creativity of the people that help us create these events and the wedding planners that we can work with and just do some magical stuff. Next, we have this beautiful space that we call pre-function. Pre-function is just this nice place that we usually use for ceremonies, for welcome ceremonies with the shaman. But we also use it for small ceremonies. You're just surrounded by the water mirrors there, and you can just get so creative. You have the jazz players there just floating above those water mirrors. And this is a little bit more for intimate weddings. Well, we're talking 50, maybe 60 guests, but it just creates such a beautiful atmosphere. And one thing that we really like about our venues and the hotel is that it's just so small that the venues are not that far away from each other, and you can create this flow, like having the ceremony at the pre-function, and then you can jump for cocktails just in front of our spa or our gym, and you have this beautiful space and just create a flow with the events, which is something so important. Then we have kin right here. This is our biggest ballroom. This is our space, our indoor space that we use. It's just beautiful space, just a blank canvas, but the design of the place itself is just beautiful by itself. You have a lot of natural lighting here, so it just offers this really nice experience that you're indoor, but you don't really feel like you're indoor. This space right here, kin, we can have a nice, beautiful dinner for around 80 guests easily. And this is just really popular also for experiences just like yoga and Pilates. We are really a hotel driven by experiences and activities. This is just another picture of the space, how we can just transform this space into something really, really beautiful. Then this is another venue that we have. This is called Ixchel. Ixchel is a smaller ballroom right here. This is going to be for more intimate dinners. Maybe we can transform it into this after party club experience as well. That's something that we have done in the past, and you have just that view to the water mirrors also. And something that we do for weddings and for groups is that we create specialty hospitality areas if they require it. So check-in feels really comfortable and really easy and really, really flexible. And this right here, this is another little venue that is one of our favorites. This is called El Nicho. El Nicho is this beautiful niche, small space. For weddings, what we do with this space is that we can create it into a getting ready. So you have your beautiful getting ready with private bathroom, or we can create this space into a makeup and hair stylist area for all your guests. So this space is just so hidden and so beautiful, and the design itself is just so nice. And we can really create this space for a lot of things. Also, maybe an intimate dinner for like 10, 12 guests, or a cocktail party. And we also have some secrets that this place holds. For your next time that you visit us, you're going to see, but we are doing some really nice things with this space. Just how we like to transform spaces and the atmosphere. It's really important for us, and we work with so really good people that are experts at this. So we really like to create this atmosphere depending on what the guest needs at their wedding. This is another overview of the pools. I show this because we can also transform this space into a venue. So we can just remove the beds and we can have this blank canvas. We can put some floating candles at the pools, some tables, and it just looks phenomenal. And you have this poolside dinner cocktail, or we can even, in this picture that you see there was one time that we added this live stage for live music, and it was just really nice. This is just another view of beautiful pools that we have here. This space that we see here, it's called Pishan. So Pishan is this terrace just next to our restaurant that it's Sam, this beautiful terrace. We use it for Usually we use it for a lot of our planning dinners or tasting menus or cooking classes as well, or a nice cocktail party, like intimate cocktail party, just overviewing the ocean, overviewing the fire pits and the water mirrors, and it's just fantastic. We have created some beautiful things here, such as this, just amazing for a sunset dinner. Then we have Resol. This is our garden, our lawn. This is our one of our blank canvases. We can transform this space into just a beautiful dinner. We can fit around here 100 guests for dinner, maybe a little more depending on the configuration, but we can really use this space for cocktails and ceremonies as well. We have some beautiful ceremonies that we have done here, and just have this beautiful view to the nature, to the ocean, and for the sunset, and it just looks amazing. In a ceremony, you can fit 150 people here easily. It's a really big space, and it just the one of the crowns, one of the yes, the diamonds of the crown here at Etéreo, and it's just steps away from the beach. So this is what we say, that we create flow, that you can have this beautiful ceremony here and you just some steps away from the beach for your cocktail reception, and it just creates these changes of atmosphere and this flow and this movement that it just goes so well for a wedding. Talking about the beach, we have this view that we see our beach club right here alongside the hotel. It's just to show you how small the hotel is. You can just, from the entrance to the beach, it's just a 5 to 7 minute walk, depending on your pace, but it's really small, walkable, so it feels comfortable. And especially for weddings, if you're there with your whole family, it just feels like you're in this nice big house, just enjoying the time with your loved ones. And some people are doing yoga, some people are at the spa, some people are doing some activities at the beach, and you don't feel like you're stepping on each other, but you just feel close to each other. That's something that we are really going for. This is just a look of one of the things that we can do at the beach for big weddings. So we have a really nice big space at the beach where we can set up a beautiful tent for really big weddings, and we create these spectacular tents and designs that we work with really nice vendors and people that help us with this, and it's just fantastic. And you have your reception just overviewing the ocean. And just in front of the beach, we have the pier. We have this beautiful pier. If you want to have this kind of like ceremony or cocktail party or dinner just floating above the ocean, you have the beautiful view onto the ocean. It's really beautiful, especially for sunset. It creates an amazing thing. It's a really wide space, and it's just, again, a blank canvas. We like to have these spaces that we can just create anything that the couple thinks about and anything that they wish for. We can just really create it because we have a blank canvas there for them. And we love doing that because every single wedding is so different from each other, and it just creates something really special. This is just another view to the rooms. As you see, everything is facing the ocean, and at night it just looks fantastic. The atmosphere changes so much from day and night that it's so crazy. This is another little spot that we have. This is called Sol Deck. Sol Deck, this is just a little deck overviewing the ocean. We use it for private dinners or little cocktails, especially for intimate situations. We like to do a lot of elopement weddings for a small group of friends or small family, and we do some beautiful ceremonies. This is just another view to Itsam, of how we can really change the atmosphere of the restaurant. The restaurant, we can be this in and out experience, opening the windows of the restaurant, and it creates this huge space for a sit-down dinner. We're talking 130 guests for a sit-down dinner using all the space that we have available, and it just feels so nice with the warm lighting that we use for our hotel. And this is the lounge next to the restaurant of Itsam. This is the lounge of Itsam that we also use for events and for little gatherings and cocktails. So as you can see, the hotel itself It has so many little spaces just throughout the hotel that we love using for venues and for events. We really liked to give something different, and also using a lot of having a lot of venues creates what I mentioned about the flow, that it's so important just to keep it different and to keep it a little bit more entertaining and fun for guests. So we have a really dedicated team which are experts when it comes to service and the events service that we offer, and it's something that we are really really proud of. We just love to create memories with the guests. And I mean, this is one of the properties you really have to see by yourself to really understand how beautiful it is. You know, talking a bit more outside of the venues and the space itself, is just the experiences that the hotel offer for guests. We have such a nice variety of experiences that can go from an art walk with our artist that we have in house, or for a ceremony with the shaman and just exchanging knowledge through a jewelry class, or a cooking class with our chefs or at the restaurant. And also the wellness. We're so into wellness when we do these yoga classes. For weddings, we do it a lot with families. You have these beautiful yoga classes at the beach or a sound bath. And if you just want adventure, we have archaeology activities as well that we can do for big groups. And something that I like is that all these activities and everything that we have to offer, it can be done for groups and for families and for weddings, and we really like them to experience also that part of Mexico and that part of Etéreo that has to offer. And yeah, so come join us maybe one day for a weekend, and you're just gonna understand what Etéreo really means and what the Etéreo feeling really is.
So for those of you that are watching, the property is very easy to walk, as Alonso said. And the way it's actually built and designed is it's in tiers, it's in levels. So on the left side of the screen where you see the buildings, that's actually an entire block of buildings that sort of hugs the landscape, and all of the things you see on the right, the pools and the part of the restaurant and the beach and the pier, those are all the things in front of it. So when you actually arrive, you arrive to a circular driveway and there are walls. You really can't see what's behind. And there are beautiful walls of stone and different types of stone that are gorgeous actually for bridal portraits. But then when you actually come up the stairs and you enter, you'll have your reception on the right, and you'll have the gym and the spa on the left. And you'll go down a middle walkway, a beautiful walkway, with this one side has the little ceremony, that petite ceremony space, and some of the indoor ballroom spaces. And as you continue to go down the walkway and then descend on the stairs, every few sets of stairs, you will have something new. You'll have the walkways on the right and the left for the beautiful accommodations that are all facing the water or the mangroves. And then you'll go a little bit further down and you'll see the gift shop. I have to tell you, as a avid traveler who is excellent for every economy that I visit, as petite as the gift shop is at Etéreo, is so well curated between hats and clothing and tabletop and just souvenirs, beautifully, beautifully curated. You can't really leave that gift shop without buying several things. And then you'll continue to go down levels. And there's this cute little like truck kind of, but not a truck, where you can get coffee in the morning while you're taking your morning walk. It's so charming. And then you'll come in to where the restaurant is, and the pools are on your right, and you'll continue to descend down the staircases. And you could take those beautiful sort of bridges that are over the mangroves. And are they fabulous for photographs? Yes. Are they incredible to just enjoy the entire vista? Yes. And you can descend down and they'll bring you to the beach. And on the beach, the evening festivities are so beautiful because you get such a sense of privacy. And the pier that Alonso showed us images of is very deceiving in photographs because it is so wide. When I first saw the pictures before I went down for the first time several years ago, I thought, how can you have people sitting there on tables or having a ceremony on the pier? Someone's going to inevitably fall off. But it's not the case. It's so wide. It's something to behold, really, and very dramatic. If you go to wedaways.com and you look up Etéreo and you see their feature, you'll see videos of what we actually shot on property where there's a bride in a full-blown gorgeous wedding gown walking down the pier, and there's so much more space on either side. It's super dramatic. And you'll see a lot of different setups that we did in addition to what you see here. And of course, if any of you want more information about the property, you can either reach out to Pamela at Wedaways.com, reservations at Wedaways, weddings, plural weddings at Wedaways.com. You can go directly to the Etéreo feature on the site. You can send a message directly to Alonso. He will receive it and he will respond within 72 hours. And Wedaways will monitor that just to make sure if he's really busy, he doesn't forget you. And we are always available to be of service. If you need a site inspection and you need us to help you book that, we'll take care of it. We will help you all the way through. It is a privilege to work with the Auberge Collection. We are the top booking travel company globally for Auberge celebrations. We do more business with Auberge than anyone else for any celebrations globally. They have an amazing portfolio. Of course, there's no hospitality in the world like you'll find in Mexico. Everybody treats you like they're part of the family, and it is a huge privilege. So, whatever you need, Alonso, continued success to you. I love these webinars because I meet the most incredibly, wonderfully knowledgeable young people, and you're so fabulous. I can't wait to come down and see you. And whoever's watching, please make yourselves at home. Make sure you see the other videos that we have on YouTube. Check out our Instagram, subscribe and follow, and we will just love to make friends. So we're growing our network worldwide.
Thank you so much, Renee. It's a pleasure.